Ciao guys, it's your boy M.K.S here, back in another video. Just going to check I'm live on Facebook as well. And I'm live on Facebook as well. And welcome to the fourth and final part of A.D.H.D Mondays. I am way behind schedule. It's about 1:15 in the morning here now. But I did mention I don't know if I have ADHD or not, but it would explain a few things like my lack of attention span or whatever. But I got getting distracted by things and struggling to make decisions. But yeah, the distractibility and all that kind of thing. So I would have to take the test, but perhaps if I wanted to find out. But anyway, I went to watch some YouTube and I got distracted. And sometimes I struggle to pull myself away and think, oh, I better crack on, otherwise I'm going to be sitting here watching YouTube for so long or whatever. And also, I forgot I made a cup of tea. I do that a few times. I forget I even made it recently. I don't know if this is me getting older actually, though, but no, I do have. Well, I probably always had quite a low attention span. I get bored easily. And that kind of thing. Like my cousin once asked me, "You don't have ADHD?" And I said, "I don't know." I was like, "No," and I was sure I didn't have ADHD at that time. But it would be interesting, I'd say, to take the test and see, just so I know. But anyway, I couldn't think of any new ideas, so I was saying, no, I'll talk about recapping what I talked about in parts 1, 2, and 3, and as I normally do, I thought for this one I'll talk about what I hope to achieve in the future in terms of empowering people with ADHD in Britain, America, Europe, and all over the world, especially across Africa and Asia. And I love to have events to raise awareness of such. So anyway, these are pointers number 31 to 40 as per usual. Hope you enjoy them. And as ever, please do get involved in the comment side on Facebook and or YouTube, preferably on both, to let me know any information about ADHD, especially people out there with ADHD. How does it affect you and that kind of thing? It'd be great to know different people's views and experiences and things like that. And what do you think of some careers which are good for people with ADHD, and what should ADHD people avoid in terms of careers or things like that. But yeah, I'd love to know what the best tips are for helping people with ADHD. And here goes. So, number 31, I hope to put ideas into action, and we do struggle to do that. That's one of my weaknesses, so I don't know if that is something to do with some atypical condition. I imagine it probably is, but maybe it's just a me thing, or we do a mental health problems or whatever, which are kind of linked. But yeah, I'd love to put my ideas into action and see what, for instance, ADHD people can do for Italian football and things like that, Italian football and Celtic and whatnot. Something I kept forgetting to say is, in spite of the fact that God lets me down on a daily basis, I still love Him with all my might, heart, soul, and strength. I didn't say that. I kept forgetting to say that, including parts 1, 2, and 3, but I thought I'd say that. As technically it's now yesterday, but it was the 27th, so I normally think of rewards on that day. And technically, well, today is the 28th, and I think I'm like turning negatives into positives. Number 32, I'd love for people, as I say, to share any information and experiences and anything you would want to share about about ADHD, how it affects you and people with ADHD out there. Please do get involved. I hope, as I say in the comment section, maybe you could even react to this video or make your own version, being inspired by this video perhaps. Hopefully, the idea is to try and inspire people with ADHD. Although I might not have the most inspirational voice, but I do try. But yeah, what would you like people to know about your experiences, any ADHD people out there, ADHDers? I hope you'll share this video with people with ADHD. Number 33, I hope people will get involved in, in sharing the video, commenting whatever you want and things like that, and sharing different experiences and thoughts on ADHD and that kind of thing. And agreeing to disagree sometimes. Like some people might even think ADHD is a myth, but I try to allow people to have freedom of speech. I'm a big supporter of freedom of speech as expression. I'm not saying I would agree with it necessarily, but I like to accept all opinions, whether I agree with them or not. I think it's Voltaire from France, I think, if I'm not mistaken, which ironically is kind of a socialist country, but who said, "I will defend your right to say things I don't agree with," or words that effect. I don't agree with what you say, but I will defend your right to say it. I'd love to know from people with ADHD what makes you feel free, what makes you feel better, basically, and that kind of thing. And what would you do if you're fully free, so to speak? Like, what do you think restricts you in life? Or do you feel fully free? Like me, I feel there's so many rules and laws in life. I probably feel like 50% free, or just over that. But anyway, moving on. Number 34. I guess one thing I forgot to mention in parts 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, and 3, yeah, 1, 2, and 3, is how what I love for ADHD is to support peace and controversially talking about different opinions and the right to disagree and whatever. Freedom of speech and freedom of expression and that kind of thing. Controversial view, I don't believe. I think people with ADHD, in my opinion, shouldn't join the military personally. Some people might obviously be more disagreeable, people who support the military and might say ADHDers have strengths they can contribute to the military, but I think I'd rather see ADHDers in entrepreneurship, business entrepreneurship, social enterprise, helping developing nations and that kind of thing personally. As I say in these videos, I normally share my own personal views. The other thing is, what I did forget to say was, as well as like, despite the fact God lets me down on a daily basis, I still love him with all my own soul right now at least. And the other thing is, as I'm trying my best to be positive, which I normally try to do, but I wish I was an optimist and a positive person. But I forgot to mention, like, I often think of themes like this in Monday's case, things happening with them, like, or just generally, I think of like Tuesday, it would be often things happening with tea, generally speaking, with a few exceptions. So I was thinking like ADHDers in the movie industry, producers, directors, actors, actresses, and people involved in the movie industry generally who have ADHD, and how can more be supported. And I'd love to make a special network for people with atypical conditions such as ADHD in the movie industry. Similar for music, and maybe they can collaborate as well, like musicians helping to write the lyrics or the basically the songs for movies. I can't really think of the word I'm looking for. Whether it's for the trailer or for the movie itself, the theme song for the movie and that kind of thing. I think is what I was thinking of. Yeah, ADHD is in the movie industry, music industry, and in modelling, ADHD models and motivational characters, for instance, famous people with ADHD. On that note, I'd love to know who with ADHD, who if anyone with ADHD inspires you out there. So it could be a family member, a friend, or a famous person, or whatever. Number 35. So as I say, I love to support. Well, I love to support ADHDers with ambitions generally, whether that's in business, banking, tech, the movie industry, the music industry, modelling, sports, or whatever it might be. ADHDers to believe in themselves and hopefully achieve their ambitions and aims, and maybe share their aims and ambitions, and maybe what they feel holds them back. So, for instance, a person with ADHD might say, I'd love to be a photographer, but I don't feel I can do it for whatever reason. Or I don't feel I can run my own business because I don't have the funding, or whatever it might be. And someone with ADHD might say, well, actually, I work in that area, and I know your ADHD won't get in the way, and find ways not to make it as an excuse. I remembered something I meant to say in point number 12, but I forgot. But could have, should have, would have, as they say. But yeah, helping ADHDers with their ambition and seeing how to remove roadblocks for their ambitions. Number 36, as I say, I'd love to see how ADHDers can support talent footy. Number 37, and something. Number 38, and again, believe in themselves. And I meant to say like mentors, role models, and things like that, which I took back for. Especially mentors, I think that goes even further. Like having a role model, like someone you look up to, I think is really cool. But a mentor who actually perhaps sits with you, or stands with you, or whatever, and helps you to believe in yourself and learn the tips. So if a person with ADHD has run a business for 40 years, and they tell you how to run it and help you, I think it would be good to take notes on what they've learned and learn from them, so they can take other people with ADHD under their wing and help them to reach their full potential. Number 39, so also what ADHDers can teach each other, or generally, And number 40, as ever, I'd love to know what you think. And I'm out. And peace and love.